After so many failed attempts, I have to say this series is actually harder to do than I thought. Okay, let's get the ball rolling. Part number 1 of my P9 Lite series of videos, where I want to help you to decide if you should get the P9 Lite or maybe just something else. Because after my review, I was actually asked quite often, should I get this phone or the P9 Lite, this phone or the P9 Lite? So I want to take the biggest competitors here into the consideration, like the LG G4, Nexus 5X, Samsung Galaxy A5 2016, and starting off with the Huawei P9 itself, because in this video it's not about if the P9 is better than the P9 Lite, because if it would have been the other way around, Huawei would have done something horribly wrong. So it's about how little less maybe the P9 Lite is. So design and build quality. Of course the P9 Lite loses because the P9 feels premium, more so premium because of the metal back. It's also a little bit more compact, but the P9 Lite does have all the great benefits here still. It's comfortable in the hands, it's a little bit bigger and just of a plastic bag, overall still great. So for the money you pay for, you get an absolutely great experience. Same goes for the P9 as well though. In terms of the display, the P9 is my benchmark at the moment and one of the brightest displays, one of the best calibrated ones with a perfect white. Great, everything is amazing, just a little bit of IPS glow which I can absolutely live with, but the P9 Lite does an absolutely great job as well. It's everything the P9 Lite is, just a little bit less. So for this price range, it's definitely one of the best displays you can get right now. In terms of the sound, I would say they are actually almost identical. Pretty much the same loudness, pretty much the same speaker placement, overall sound. If I would have both of them, I would maybe be able to tell the difference, but having them like 2 weeks apart, I don't see any difference. And same goes actually also for the headphone jack. I would say they are pretty much the same. Good enough for a headphone, totally fine for an earphone, and fairly nicely balanced. When we talk about the performance, the P9 of course is a little bit more lightweight than everything else. It also has a gigabyte RAM more, just is a little more snappier and more capable. But as I said in my review of the P9 Lite, it's so close to a top flagship level because it felt really lightweight, snappy, fast as well, and there was pretty much no lag either. So absolutely top. Of course the P9 once again is a little bit better in everything else, but not that much. Once we talk about the battery life and the charging time, the P9, if you use a fast charger, is noticeably faster with less than 2 hours, where the P9 Lite needs 3.5 hours. That's the biggest difference. It can make a little bit up for that with the way better battery life, because you almost get an hour more of screen on time. So that could make the difference here. I think still the P9 has a good enough battery life and actually still above average, but the P9 has actually, the Lite has an actually great battery life in my opinion. In terms of the software, both based on EMUI 4.1, both pretty much the same. The P9 has a few more features like knuckle gestures and so on, but it didn't feel really like the P9 Lite was missing anything. All the stuff that I wanted to have there was there, and the things that were missing were maybe gimmicks I definitely didn't miss, so all good here. And when we talk about the camera, at first when I used the P9 Lite, I actually thought this is so close, it's not needed to switch to the bigger one, but I needed a side-by-side comparison to see that the P9 Lite still is a little bit weaker in terms of sharpness, natural colors, not quite as accurate, not quite as fast in terms of focus times, and the video quality is also a little bit behind, but the P9 Lite does a still great job. The P9 has a really great camera and it wins here. So in the end, you have to ask yourself if it's worth paying double the price for everything being a little bit better and therefore a little bit less battery life. I think for the price, the value is definitely better on the P9 Lite because you get so close to flagship level qualities all over throughout the bench and get a P9 just a little bit light, not that light actually, for almost half the price. And I would say you get like 90% of the experience for 50% of the price. So great job done, P9 and P9 Lite, because Huawei did a great job for both of them. This was a little bit clumsy in the end, but I think I got the point through. And if you want to check the other comparisons, they will be posted in a quite close time frame. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel and see more of this, then I would like that. Okay, until next time, bye.